Okay, so here's the inside of it, and wanted to. It's not a rat's nest, but does have a lot of cables in it, so it looks like it on on the video. I've tie wrapped as many cables as I thought would be good enough to be able to move things out of the way. Here is the ESC heatsink. Here is the brushless motor. It's a Trinity Duo motor. This is just a piece of plastic that I put on top of the transmission, the wheel. I forgot what this one's called. I'm sorry, but anyway, this is on top of the drivetrain, so the this guy doesn't rub up on it, or actually it hits right around here, but it doesn't affect it. It drives pretty well. Let's see the micro servos in here. I've used for the moment, and it's working great. I've used 3M uh, electrical tape, which sticks pretty well, and it's got a high heat resistance, so it works well in the heat. And again, I took it out and got it wet, and I don't know if it's because I've done these wheel wells. I made these out of Chinese food plates. These guys right here. You just cut them up, and they're perfect. It keeps the a lot of the mud out of the inside, so it makes for easy cleaning. And it's easy to remove. It's not really like it's stuck on there. I mean, I could have done a better job of putting it on, but it it's easy to remove. Again, it's custom, so this is the way I have been able to attach this and keep this. I'm using these. These are actually from an Xbox, not just because I obviously I didn't have the hardware, but I wanted to create a more stability so that there's less flex right here. So I put these together, and I figured if I attach them here with electrical tape, it would do something. And again, since it's just electrical tape, you could move these out and replace them with regular hardware to attach the wheel wells. So no big deal there. Right here is again, and weight was the other issue. I wanted to add a little weight um, and try to set it up to see if I can get enough weight in the front. I've used these bolts again for weight. You can remove them. You don't have to, or you could. You don't have to keep them on. Here's I don't know if you can see the chassis. Chassis is wider than the SEX10. SEX10 chassis is probably around here. This one's a little bit wider because of the middle part right here. And the reason I had to go with this is because the HPI transmission here is usually set straight up when you're looking at it. Like if you get a Crawler King, it's the same one that's in it. It's standing up, but if I was to do that, I wouldn't have any clearance. So I had to figure out a way to make it make it lie down on its side, and it works well. There's no binding whatsoever up here. If there was any binding, I would that I found was if this thing gets lifted a lot on a certain angle, this might go this way, but it hasn't really. I haven't had an issue with it as far as major binding, anything like that. Again, the links, as you can see, have some scuffs on it from trailing. But overall, it's not in bad shape. It's in pretty good shapes. Doesn't have that many hours on it, and I was learning. I'm more into flying quads and airplanes, RC planes, so not wasn't that good of a crawler. And I'm learning, but it's still a nice crawler. Those are weights that I put down here, and this is a custom skid plate so that I can have my servo down here protected, servo horn. That's it. That's it. And yes, the lighting system is right here. That's the lighting system. And that other one here is for the micro servo. That one goes to the micro servo so that you can use the steering wheel. And if you want to be on the road, if you're not, if you're on the trail and you want more time trailing and you want to take advantage of the battery, it's made so that all you have to do is disconnect. Hold on, let me see if I can put this closer. There you go. That's better. Okay. All you have to do, if you don't want to use up a lot of juice, because the juice part, if you want to turn on lights and all that, if you're recording video, it's great. But if you're doing it just to get some time on the trail and you don't want to really, you want to get the most out of the battery, then this is easy to disconnect. All you have to do is disconnect right here. And then for the LED lights, they just disconnect right here. And that's it. You disconnect those. You got full power just to use the drive train and steering servo, and you're good to go. Any questions? Please don't hesitate. Give me a call or email me.